Hey everybody, it's Alex and I'm here to talk to you about Destiny. And today, what I want to talk to you about is a, the tier system and what a tier 1 or 2 or 3 or 12 build is, and how you go about setting that up. So today you'll see that I'm wearing my SRL racing gear. As you see, this lowers my light to 201, but what I want to talk about today is these abilities. You'll see here I've got, each ability has 5 segments. Strength, I have none of the segments filled out. In Discipline, I have 1 segment filled out. And in Intellect, I have 2 filled out. These are coming from my class item, my artifact, and my ghost. It's I don't think I have any class items that let me lower it below this level. So what I have set up right now is what's called a tier 3 build. Because I have 0, I have 1 discipline, and I have 2 intellect. And what you want as a Destiny player is you want to have a tier 10 or a tier 11 build. And it's really easy. The first thing I can do, I've got no benefit from my helmet, so I'm going to pop on the helmet I'm actually using for my build. And right now, just changing that 1 piece of armor, I have a tier 4 build. You'll see this green bar, and you see how it's just telling you how close you are to the next tier. But the truth is, it has no effect. Until you fill out that green bar entirely, it doesn't matter. It can be 1 point off of the next tier. You're not going to get an improvement to the regeneration of your abilities. That's what this is all about. How fast your abilities come back. So I'm going to go ahead and put together the full build today that I'm actually using. Okay, and this is what's called a tier 11 build. Now the most you can get in Destiny is a tier 12. You see I have 79 points. If I were to carefully rearrange things, I might be able to get these extra 24 points over to strength, and if I could arrange for that, then I would have what's called a tier 12 build. Oh, I'm so sorry. I lied. Because the next tier is actually at 120, not 100. It's 60 points per tier. So right I've arranged for here by switching, I now have increased my strength, but I have a tier 5 plus 4 plus 1 is 9, 10. I have a tier 10 build, which means my overall regeneration of abilities is lower. How much lower? About 4 seconds. When I switch my, you'll see, I'm sorry, that's 9 seconds. Tier 5, 25-second cooldown for my discipline, but by switching over to my Trials Ghost, I've lowered this to 34 seconds. It's a 9-second difference. I haven't helped, even though I have more strength, I haven't helped my strength regeneration. Not a bit. So this is not actually leading me anywhere. It can be worse. I could go over here and, for example, set that. Now you'll see I have 327 intellect, but my cooldown is still 4 minutes. I can't, there's no more than tier 5. Doesn't matter what you do, you cannot arrange to have more than that. I haven't helped my strength any, but I have lowered my discipline. So again, I've created a tier 5 plus 4 is 9, 1, tier 10 build out of a tier 11 build. As it turns out, the best build you can have is tier 12. That would be 12 of these white dashes filled in. But unless you're willing to really grind a lot, what you're going to discover is simply that this little benefit, 5 or 6 seconds of cooldown on your melee or your discipline or your grenade or your super, is not game changing. It wouldn't do me any good to equip a better set of gauntlets. See here, these are better gauntlets. They give me 5 more points that I can distribute, discipline and intellect, or discipline and strength in this case. So let's go ahead and equip that. And you'll see now what I have is a tier 10 build, even though I've put on a piece of equipment that actually is better. And it's not worth it to chase tier 12, because even though this is a better glove, if I'm over here running a pulse rifle, it doesn't do me any good to have an auto rifle loader. This is actually my best spec chest armor, but you'll see over here I have really similar armor. It's actually not quite as good. It's 9 points weaker on the tier system, but this has got sniper rifle ammo for me. And if I go into the tree, it'll have scout rifle ammo. So a lot of times I run with one of these weapons equipped, or the Hung Jury. We'll go ahead and put Tlaloc on because it's a good looking gun. And again, this is not a sensible setup. I'm tier 10, and it makes a lot more sense for me to have my pulse rifle, my scout rifle gloves on. I've set up correctly, so I'm tier 11. And I'd rather have a scout rifle loader when I'm using a scout rifle than have an auto rifle loader on and be tier 12. So for most of you, getting to tier 11 is great. Only if you really want to challenge yourself and really dial in your character to the maximum do you need to worry about tier 12. You can be an effective Destiny player in all areas of the game at tier 10, but if you're at tier 9 or below and you're at max light, you really need to look at getting an improved piece of equipment. And the key is the ratio of these abilities. So let's compare these two items. You'll see that I have, on the Azoth Bend armor, it's 134 total ability score, and on the Blind Sight vestments, it's actually 143. That's 9 points difference. But you cannot change this ratio. You can go into your armor and change, put on intellect instead of discipline, but you can't change how good the armor is. But when you get some other, let's see here. Here I have a Sublime Light Bond that's 310. If I were to get a 335 class item out of the vault and upgrade this, I would increase the numbers. So I would have 23 and 22 as the base, and probably 31 and 33, or 31 and 30 when they're upgraded. 32 or 33, I should say. I'm guessing. Again, when it's upgraded. It's really not any better or worse than the Sublime Light Bond that I'm wearing now. But by finding gear that has a better distribution of statistics, that has the right statistics for the way you want your character to play, you can really, if you're tier 9 or below, you can really improve your Destiny experience. That extra grenade in Crucible especially, just having one more to throw here and there, really makes a big difference. If you like to shotgun, having your melee up a little quicker lets you clean up those where you didn't, you get a sliver of life left on someone after you shotgun them from just outside of range. If you're a PvE player mostly, like me, having your super up a little bit more often lets you clean up all those ads really quickly, or lets you put in some massive damage on the boss. So that's it. You want to get yourself up to at least tier 10 if you can. And I hope that helps some of you, Guardians. And I'll see you Starside.